Robert's an artist living here in Los Angeles, California, and we are going to talk to him today about what he does, philosophies, and anything he'd like to share with our viewers.
Well, it's only been like 3 months since I've been doing this sort of artwork, and a lot of people find them to be amazing, and to me it's just simple because I just like play. I just got bored and figured I needed to do something to occupy my time, and I started playing around with little pieces of objects that I found on the ground. To my surprise, it's like they came out, like something like very beautiful, and so it's just a hobby for me, but it could be taken to a different level as far as like career-wise. But for now, I just have fun making these arts.
What inspires you?
What inspires me? Honestly, I was like desperately needed some money, and the fact that I couldn't get a job due to personal reasons, and I don't like to kind of like depend on anybody, so I began to think of different ways that I could generate funds. And since I had nothing to start with to purchase any item or to kind of like start selling and make profits, I figured I'd start with nothing and just make money out of nothing, pretty much. So what it really inspires me is the fact that I needed funds, and pretty much that's what inspires me to start making the art. But what inspires me to make the kind of art that I make, I believe, has a lot to do with my self-development and meditation and getting in tune with my deeper self. That's what inspires the kind of artwork I make.
Tell me a little bit about the materials that you use.
Well, the kind of materials that I look for is anything that is small and that has some kind of like attractive patterns to it, and attractive colors, and especially if it has like little holes that I could feed the wires in to attach into so attach them together, or it has a little hook. And any items is considered art. Nothing too big, but as long as and yeah, that's the kind of material I use.
We're showing you just an example of the raw materials that Robert uses to make a lot of his pieces, and as you see here, they're pretty practical, almost everyday items.
Yeah, that's it, right? Can I speak? Can I say anything?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Well, as you can see, this is nothing but just plain old trash that I pick up on the ground, like stuff like this, for example, stuff like that. I mean, by itself, it looks like nothing, but like my objective in my artwork is to combine different pieces that kind of like complement each other, and to the point where until I feel satisfied, with the way it looks, then that's when I decide whether or not, So there is no actual format of how to do anything really. It's really, creative. Is go with whatever goes together. There's no actual way. Like if I was to teach somebody, I wouldn't even know about how to go about it, because there's no standard format on how to actually put them together. It's whatever goes with each other, whatever complement each other, whatever patterns complement each other, whatever color complement each other. It's really my aim. That's the focus of this kind of artwork. Yeah.
Amazing.
And how much do I sell them for? well, like I'm very generous. I really don't try to make fortune of people. I sell them from $5 to $20, although I know some of the species worth maybe $500 or more, or thousands or more, but I just do it not so much for the money, but just for the enjoyment. Like I said, it's like a hobby to me. Well, notice this happening, and a lot of people are just so blinded by it. I guess there's certain things you can only see, you can only realize until you step out of it and look at it from a different angle. Because while you're in the midst of it, it's hard to see it. And what I notice a lot of people are doing, and a lot of them I believe they are very honest and they mean well, that they live their life to please each other. In other words, to keep up with each other, to impress each other, and like it's like they look for approval from others. You know, in other words, to validate their self-worth or their significant, and which I think is a great fault. Because what would happen in the long run when these individuals you please are no longer around or fail you, then what's going to happen to your self-worth? So what I've discovered is people who live their life just to please people and to impress people and look for validation from others, and what's happening to them is they're not really developing their true self, because they're not being honest and real with themselves. And by doing that, their true self never get developed. So they always stay out of undeveloped state, like immature. They could be 40, 50 years old. It's just they cheat themselves of growing because they developing a facade, a mask, not the real person. And then the true person, when they go home, they don't even develop it neither, because then there's the television, there's other things. They never take time out to evaluate themselves and to improve. So I think that's one of the big mistakes a lot of people are making. And if they don't take care of it now, they're gonna go through like midlife crisis when true reality hits, and they realize, man, I live all my life to do this and to do this and to please that person, to impress that person. Then when I built my self-worth on my kind of car I drive and the kind of hot female that I frequent, and what I'm saying, all that stuff built my self-esteem. Now all these things are kind of like losing value or no longer present, then now I feel worthless. So they go through a midlife crisis and go through depression and feel, and experience low self-esteem and all type of side effects. So if you can right now just learn to not impress anybody, but just to be true and honest with yourself and with everybody else, you will end up become comfortable and enjoy each stage of your life, no matter if you're wrinkled, gray, or whatever.
Thank you, Robert. You're welcome. Thank you so much.